Hi, good evening everyone, and welcome once again on this live with Gaia the Portal. I am waiting for Shilpa and Menon, who will be hosting with us for this very live. And today we are going to talk about Hello from Heaven. What is Hello from Heaven, and what are the frequently asked questions in this particular workshop? Let's go ahead and we will talk all about it. So Shilpa is here. I'm just waiting for her to join in, and then we will start our conversation. Hi.
Hi.
Did you like my background?
You what? That's crazy. I was actually telling that in my mind when you were talking. I love your backdrop. Amazing. How did you do that? I want to do it too.
I will share that thing with you. Last minute it happened. Just last
You all
minute it happened.
you always do that to me.
No, no, no. Should we
But
disconnect
yes.
and connect again?
No. We'll do that. There are people online, and I'm sure there are many more lives we'll do. So I will learn a lot from you. You're my social media guru, any which ways. So thank you so much.
So
But
thank you
Radhika,
everyone.
this time, like the
Yes.
previous live, I think it will be interesting if you introduce yourself and Gaia the portal before we really dive deep into the conversations for today.
Yeah, I was just talking about today's session. Hi, Prachi. Hi, everyone who's joining us live. So, welcome everyone once again on this beautiful platform of Gaia the Portal. This platform is created with lot of love from both Shilpa Menon and Radhika Rai, and
Thank
we
you.
have a vision to touch 1 billion lives. Now, this sounds quite um, unachievable or unfathomable, but yes, we are on our journey and we are very proudly touching one life after another, and the ripple effect is happening. And in the span of last 1.5 years, we have touched more than 5,000 lives together, and the journey is on. So, thank you so much for being voice in the middle.
Yeah, you just said thank you so much for joining the tribe.
God, yes. So let's dive in for today's topic, and today we are going to talk all about the upcoming workshop, which is on Saturday. Hello from Heaven.
Sunday.
Sunday, I'm sorry. It
Yeah.
is on Sunday, and it's all about what is it all about? What is Hello from Heaven? And who better than Shilpa herself to answer not just what is Hello from Heaven, but all related questions to it. So let's start with this particular question. What is Hello from Heaven, Shilpa?
Right. So I'm sure you and I both dabbled with this title, when we were creating and curating the workshop. But if I had to put it in simple words, most of us, almost every one of us, have lost a loved one at some point in the or the other. And Hello from Heaven is absolutely a simple concept where you find a way to connect with your departed loved ones. And how do you understand so when they're connecting with you, and what are some of the guided journeys? But simply put, it's about connecting with your deceased loved ones. While you're on earth, they do connect with us. And we're just going to explore that in a 1 day journey. How do they connect, and what is it going to be all about?
Okay, so isn't it a saying that once we leave the body, we are disconnected forever? Isn't that true?
Well, in my experience for last so many years, that even if your loved one has left the mortal body, the energetic and the soul and the spiritual connect actually remains. So it's a myth that once they are gone, they are not accessible. They do connect with us in different ways, in different forms. So it's not true that they disconnect from themselves or from us, because there's a deep loss that we go through, and we want to physically feel them, sense them. Uh, that's one part of the human journey. But the beautiful thing is that death is not the end, it's the beginning of another realm and deeper connection with the soul level.
Right. So what I hear from you, yes, they are accessible. But the question
Absolutely.
here arises is how? How can that happen?
That's exactly why the workshop, okay? But yes, they do talk to us through different signs and symbols. They give us signs and symbols. So to expect them to show up in third dimensional form, no, that is not what happens. But there are so many ways they connect with us.
Right.
So I'll give you a very simple example. It could be a peculiar fragrance that you connect with your departed loved one, and you are thinking of them, and you've checked everything around, and that fragrance shows up from nowhere. So there are millions of ways, but I'm just giving you an example. Okay, so one of the ways they'll probably, as you think about them, there would be a sign around you because universe is constantly talking to you. Yeah, Aisha speaks about a butterfly. It's true sometimes through animals they will give you the sign. The animals, you resonate with them and brings you the memories of them. They will make their presence felt.
Okay.
And there are many other ways actually, through dreams,
So,
through visions, through smells, through sounds. They connect with us
so
in many ways that we can even imagine, Radhika.
wow. So yeah, we that's the whole point of curating this workshop so that we can learn about all possible ways to connect with our loved ones. And the next question here arises is, can anyone connect to their loved ones? Like, is it possible for anyone?
Yes, anyone and everyone can connect with their departed loved ones. Uh, the word I'm using is departed loved ones. So the bond that is between the two people is of love. And if you remember anybody with your heart and from love, they do respond to your vibrations and your calling.
Okay.
So anyone and everyone can connect. It is not confined to a certain set of people. The only difference is that even for a normal person or people who feel they are connecting but they're not too sure, they just don't understand how the connection is happening with them.
Hmm.
So they
Hmm.
need to understand that part of life, bring that awareness up. It's not that nobody can connect. The idea is to bring the awareness up.
So yeah, that was my next question, which is most of the time when even if people connect with their loved ones, they give it to it as if it's a figment of their imagination, and is it truly real? So we think, are we hallucinating, or is it just imagination for us?
I've
And
had a
we
lot of clients. Yes, Radhika, it's
yeah.
true. I think why don't you add on, elaborate a little more? Sorry, I just started
I
talking in between.
No, but I also had a few clients who had this, but they were not ready to accept them themselves, forget about sharing it with others. So that is something because they feel this is not natural, this is not normal. Not, it's very paranormal. So
Yeah,
that gives them a little goosebumps, and just they refrain from sharing it with others.
yeah. So even I've had those journeys, and you know what's interesting is that connecting with our ancestors, our departed loved ones, is very natural part of our life. But because most of us are so disconnected, or we've been told to think very left brain and pragmatic way, that we disown that part of ourselves. But it's not, most of the time it's not the figment of your imagination. I would say most of the time in the calls and the clients I've worked with, their signs and symbols were so evident
Hmm.
that we had to guide them through the process, and finally they started to believe it is true. They are not making this up, they're not going crazy. It's not because they're missing them desperately the connection is happening. It's because the love is so deep the connection is happening. And I think we need to understand these two different things.
Right,
Also, there's a
right.
lot of, especially in India, there is a lot of fear attached to it, that I'm seeing a ghost, I'm sensing a spirit, it's a dark energy. It's not
How,
true.
what if they stay? What if they are, what if I call the spirit and the spirit stays? What if
Yeah,
the spirit harms us, and it goes on and
but
on. So,
so truth be told, the spirit is never leaving you. It is your conscious connection with awareness when they start responding to your calling. Does
hmm,
that make sense?
it does to
Yeah.
me at
Yeah.
a point of time. There is a personal question that I would like to add here. So,
Mm.
does the number of years of departed loved ones also have a role to play in connecting with them? For example, my father left 17 years back, or my sister left 20 years back. Can I still connect with them? Because there is also saying that they might have taken rebirth, or they
Absolutely. Very
have might
beautiful
have chosen a
question.
body. So, should I connect to them? Should I not? So, in spirit, uh, yeah, is it okay for me to connect with them?
Right. So once the body has been dropped, okay, the soul and the higher self is always there to connect with you. So the number of years really doesn't matter because the energy is always there. And let's address the next statement that what if they have been reincarnated, right? Even if they are reincarnated, when I put an intention that I want to connect with that person who was in that body while they were alive, you will be able to make a connection with their higher self.
Right.
So we are talking about a
Right.
multi-dimensional world. Actually, it's a very interesting question. Uh, so to answer that, yes, you can connect with them even if they are reincarnated. However, that's because you're connecting to the higher self or to the actual spirit self. So connection will
But
happen, and years and timelines do not matter. Do not matter. There is no construct of time and space in the other realm.
right.
It's
So
only in
what
the
we are
third
seeing
dimensional
is
space.
body.
Yeah.
So what we are seeing
Yeah.
as physical body is a physical body. We are talking about something way more bigger and higher than the physical body.
Absolutely. We're talking about the vibrational spirit body that does connect with us.
Right. Wonderful. So in
And
this
Radhika, if
case,
you remember, I know you've asked this question, but when we were together, we did have that experience about your father making his presence felt. I don't know if you
right.
recall this.
So, and that's precisely how this question arose in my mind. And not just my father, we have also connected to my deceased sister
Absolutely.
once when
And she gave us
we
some
were babies.
amazing messages. Amazing messages.
Right. So these definitely, I feel it is all about belief and
Mm-hmm.
intention. If you have that
Absolutely.
belief and if you have that intention, it will work.
Yeah. So the favorite statement that I say is that energy flows where intention goes. So if your intention is very clear and precise, the universe conspires and gives you that energy to connect with them. And each time I mentioned it, that the universe is constantly talking to us in so many ways, including our loved ones and especially the departed loved ones. The point is, are we listening and coming into awareness and sensing what are they trying to convey to us? So a lot of times we are caught up in the, of course, it's a huge loss. So there's a grief as well. So the grief doesn't sometimes allow us to connect. But the connection is nevertheless made.
Absolutely. So, with this comes the next question. Is it only the human loved ones, or can we also connect to our fur babies, our animals and pets who have left their body?
Brilliant question. Yeah, because people think that only humans have a certain consciousness to connect. Uh, but no, your fur companions, your wild animals, any animals, humans, birds, you can connect with anybody. And they actually speak with you and they do connect back with you. So, animals for sure. I had a lovely journey with a lady when she was traveling. She had lost her little puppy, and we were connecting on how to reconnect with it, with the puppy, and because she had not done a closure. So, why do we really connect? Because there are certain unsaid things, unfinished business that you want to do a completion with. And that was her grief or her guilt, you know. And when we did an entire process and we started to understand, that was a long process. Uh, Radhika, I still get goosebumps when I think of that, but the fur baby actually made its presence felt on the lap of that client, and she could feel it, hear it, sense it. It was such a divine moment for her, you know, and that was really healing for her because, and of course, a lot more messages came of uh, forgiveness and letting go of certain things, which of course they do tell us. you know. But it was a very, very powerful moment for both of us to witness that in that moment.
Mm.
So pets connect, humans connect. In fact, even your unborn babies. Okay, so a
Mm-hmm.
lot of women do have miscarriages, or they've made a conscious choice of letting go for whatever their physical journey could be. Uh, we can also connect with our unborn babies.
Mm.
So
Amazing.
connecting to the spirit world.
Right.
Yes.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting. The final question here for today is, does that all of this require hours and hours of meditation? Do I have to meditate for long, long hours every day to actually experience any of this?
Simple answer, no. The reason we meditate is to calm our minds, to center ourselves. But do I have to be a regular meditator? Do I have to do this kind of intense work? Not really, not at all. I go back that if your intention is to connect and the cord is of love, they any which ways connect with you. The only difference is sometimes when we are grieving, we are not really thinking or feeling right. So probably for that, you're asked to silence your mind for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or find a way to reconnect with yourself. But do I have to be a long meditator? Not really, because your loved ones still love you and they will still connect with you.
Right.
They have multiple ways to send a hello back to you, saying, "Hey, I'm here. Can you feel me? Can you hear me? I'm watching over you." There's some amazing messages they give. I don't have to meditate. Today I'm cooking, I'm writing, I'm working, and I'm thinking of them, and the message will come through. So it is that instantaneous connection. The idea is to become aware what are these connections and how do they communicate with us. That is really important to get a sense of.
So I have also done your course of connecting with angels. Is it somewhere what you're hinting here is paying attention to the signs and the symbols as we pay attention with the angels, maybe?
Angels, yeah. So spiritual, be it your celestial beings, be it your spirit guides, be it your masters, they all live. They all have different vibrational frequency, different dimensional realms. But do they connect with you? Yes. Just the methodology is primarily similar actually, just that you have to become aware. But with our departed loved ones, there is a personal connect, so the validation becomes more deeper and you're able to
There,
understand the connect.
yeah. So the
So that's,
validation becomes very, very, very
yeah,
evident.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Brilliant. So I am very much looking forward for this, and I hope all of you who are listening to us are somewhere inclined, because we living on this earth plane, it is goes without saying that yes, we all have someone or the other who is our loved one and whom we have lost due to some reason, and there may have been some unsaid conversations or some questions that we all have in our heart. So if you have any further question about this topic that we are talking about, you can put it in the comments or you can DM us. And please check out the entire post which is there in our post on Gaia the portal. The workshop is on 24th, which is
20,
Sunday. 23rd, I'm sorry.
23rd,
3rd,
yeah, 23rd.
which is Sunday, and the details are there in the post. Please check it out. I am sure there is something for each one of us. The entire day is devoted to this workshop, Hello from Heaven, where Shilpa will take us through the complete journey of how, and not just how, but how safely we can do that. How there could also be, I think, questions that is it
Am I
safe to
troubling
have
my,
animals?
yes. So
Yes.
two
So
questions. Am
all
I troubling by calling them? No, yeah, true, true, true. Thank you for bringing that up.
everything will be covered and more. So please check out the details and do sign up. And let us know if you have any question. And
So yeah,
Prachi
we'll
says
wait for
thank
a, yeah,
you.
sorry.
Yeah, she's
So
saying that
I
thank you
wanted
for
to
asking the question. Yeah.
welcome. Thank you so much, Prachi, and thank you, Radhika, for asking that question. Sorry, I wanted to add something. Maybe that's why I was jumping
Yes,
out.
please,
If there is
please.
anybody online in our viewers who would like to share their journey of connecting with their departed loved ones, you can type in, or you can tell us how did you connect. So it will also bring us more insights. And if you have any questions about Hello from Heaven or how and what happens when you connect with your departed loved ones. So we'll wait for a minute more. If you want to share your insights, your experiences, not now, even after the live is over and when you're reading this, do share your experiences with us. We'll be very keen to hear from you and maybe navigate and guide you on the path also.
So, in the meantime, I just had this experience yesterday. There was a client, and it was very, very unplanned way the whole thing went on. So, I wasn't
Hmm.
knowing what is the concern of the client until she arrived and she shared. And when she shared, it all turned out to be uh, her deceased loved one, with for whom she was still grieving, and there was a lot that she was feeling more than just grief, and anxiety and other things were now popping up. And I don't know how, Shilpa. Maybe it's your magic that I have been with you for so long now that it came naturally to me. And I just somehow guided her that, okay, now that this is a safe zone, and you can trust that this is a safe zone, and why don't you connect? And she actually connected with her loved one and could really get a lot of answers, which were just left hanging. And
Wow.
I am amazed myself how all of it happened. I just constantly thanked my angels, the spirit guides, everybody, and I was like just um, feeling very content that I could hold that space for her in that moment. She could, and I was wondering myself, wow.
Your intention was to
So
help, and
my
her intention
intention,
was to connect. So the
yes, it
collective energy made that happen. And with us, especially before all our workshops, we start having experiences around that workshops. Have you noticed that it's a recurring theme for us every time we've announced a workshop?
whatever workshop we have, we start having our own personal experiences around it. So when it happened yesterday, I had goosebumps only thinking about that. Oh my God, we are doing this workshop on Sunday, and this is something that I am experiencing live, even without
Would
any
love to
plan.
hear your experience on Sunday. I'm sure you'll give us a detailed experience, and that will be very exciting. The spirit world is always talking to us, like I mentioned earlier, and it happened with you, and that's fascinating. That's really fascinating.
Really, really fascinating indeed. The way, I mean, there's a term called apex effect, something that I recently learned, that even if things happen, I think I learned it in the context of EFT. Even if things have improved because of EFT, we decline or we ignore saying it could be just a coincidence. Oh, ऐसा मतलब ये तो ऐसे ही हो, doesn't really make any sense. So most of the work that we do, the energy work, I feel comes in that radar of apex effect.
Hmm.
Whenever something happens, we instantly usually do not give credit to, okay, this happened because this was done. We
Hmm.
give credit to a lot other things than what is exactly the cause of that effect.
True. Radhika, I wanted to add one more thing, because a lot of people feel that you have to be a healer or a medium to do this workshop. That was a thought, there was a sound in my ear that said, you have to say this loudly, so I'm saying this. But no, you can be any person because it is absolutely open and accessible for all. In fact, it has nothing to do with becoming a medium, especially this particular workshop. It is more focused on you connecting with your loved ones. It's not about someone else. It's about who have you lost and what is your love connect and the love wire with them. This workshop is for anyone and everyone who may have lost a loved one and wants to reconnect, speak with them, sense them, get an energy of them. It's for them, okay?
So
Humans or
yesterday's
pets, both ways.
yes. So yesterday's experience I will just share, Shilpa. It was not doing any mediumship work. It maybe I was indirectly doing it. I don't know even what that was. But the client herself was connecting to her loved one, and that is
That's
precisely
exactly what we
what
are going to
you
work on
are going
tomorrow.
to
Yes.
teach. That's
Yeah.
exactly what you are going to teach. It is nothing to do with a third person being involved in it. It is you and your loved one and your
Your
connection.
direct, absolutely. Your speed dial. It's your direct connect that's going to happen. Absolutely. Perfect.
All
So no
right. So
questions, no sharings.
we will wait for all of you to be a part of this beautiful workshop. Let's uh, spread this word. Please share it with your friends and family. I'm sure somebody somewhere will be waiting for this message. So do share this, the details of it, and hope to see you all on Sunday.
On
Thank you so
Sunday,
much,
23rd
everyone.
Jan. See you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Radhika. See you.
Thank you.